Hi everyone, my name's Tony from Iris, and today I'm going to run through our range of fixed analog cameras that we have specifically designed for the marine environment. These cameras are pretty much going to be used on leisure craft, although a couple of them do have dual functionality, could be used on work boats or fishing boats equally well. So starting at the smallest, I'll work through from the smallest through to the largest and highest resolution cameras we have. Starting with this baby, this is the Iris 035. As you can see, it's absolutely tiny. It fits in the palm of my hand. The camera has 540 television line resolution, NTSC or PAL. It can be supplied in either standard or mirror image, and it's a very tiny, unobtrusive, multi-purpose camera. It comes with a 2.8mm wide-angle lens, and you can, I don't know if you can see, if I hold it slightly to the side, you can see the barrel is very slightly fluted, which helps the wide-angle lens. It has a ring of infrared LED lights around the lens, which make it ideal for low light applications. Many people actually, because of the wide angle, choose to install this little camera in the engine room of a boat. Although it could equally be used aft deck, it could be used very, very versatile. It can be used almost anywhere on board a boat. The camera can be installed in this orientation, which we would call ball up, or it can be installed ball down. The inner barrel of the camera can be angled through 90 degrees, and it can be rotated as well. So very simple to install. It comes supplied with a 2.2mm barrel connector and a female BNC connector. So it's 12 volt DC and composite video. Very simple, straightforward to install camera that many people love due to its tiny design and inobtrusive appearance. Moving on, next camera is probably our most popular ever camera that we've ever produced. It is the latest variant of our Iris 60, which we now call the 65. Many of you recognise this camera. They're very popular, and they're very, very durable. They'll last forever. It's great because it's a ball and cup design, so the camera is inside the inner ball, and the ball is housed in what we call a cup. The cup fits onto a plate at the bottom, and that's how it's installed. So you undo the lock screw, remove the plate, screw the plate up, obviously pop a hole through for the cable, screw the plate up, poke the cable through, plate on, cup back on, lock screw with the ball inside, finished. Very simple installation. Again, like the 35, it can be installed ball up or it can be installed ball down, and you've got a lot of play when the lock screw is undone that enables you to angle the camera up, down, left and right, so you can orientate the camera to get the best field of view. The differences between the 60 and the 65, the 60 had a 540 television line resolution. Both cameras have a ring of infrared LEDs. The 60 had a 540 television line resolution and came with a fixed 3.6mm lens that gave you about 70 degrees field of view. The 65 has a Sony HAD 2 chipset inside the camera, as opposed to the HAD 1 inside the 60. So it has a Sony HAD 2 chipset that offers 700 television lines of resolution, much higher resolution camera, and it has the option of a 2.8mm lens that can give you somewhere between 105 and 110 degrees field of view. So it's ideal for using in areas where you want to cover a wide beam of a boat, for example. They're very popular for looking on the aft deck of a camera, looking astern on a boat, engine rooms, companionways, lazarettes, anywhere that you, even a lot of these cameras are used when there's a boat that only has one camera on the boat. They'll quite often choose this one. Because of the ball and cup design, very difficult for the camera to vibrate, very difficult to lose the field of view. Very high resolution, very versatile camera. I can't recommend this one highly enough. Okay, I'm going to move on next, because the first two cameras I've showed you have been a ball and cup design. In applications where somebody needs a camera that is more stylish and less obviously camera-like, we offer this camera that is our Iris 55. The Iris 55 is recess mounted as opposed to surface mount with the other two camera, so you can drill a slightly larger hole and recess the camera so it would sit into the head lining of the boat. Inside the dome of the camera, if I unscrew this for you, you'll find that there's a very similar ball to the ball of the 60, but with a lock screw. Under the lock screw, you can then move and angle the ball to get the desired field of view. Do the lock screw back up, pop the screws through the camera base, lens cover back on, bezel back on, and that would be your installation. Very neat, stylish design. Anodized aluminum that is then chrome finished. There is a ring of high bright red infrared LED lights to offer low light illumination, so it'll give you a beam of LED light that will cover approximately 10 to 15 feet. If the angle isn't sufficient with that dome, we also supply it with a mounting wedge. If you get the wedge and you run the cables through the wedge, you'll see that you then get an additional 45 degrees for mounting a camera to give you that extra angle if you want to look along a companionway or further adrift. Again, a 3.6mm lens offering 75 degree field of view. 55 users love them, and again, another very popular camera in our range. Again, another camera that we've been added in the last 2 years is our Iris 075 camera. The 75, slightly larger footprint to that of the 55, but we wanted to come up with something that was slightly different to the average marine camera, and so we've got a scalloped shaped housing here that, again, similar ball inside, similar idea. You can undo a lock screw, articulate the camera, infrared LEDs. These LEDs will give you about 20 feet of illumination. 3.6mm lens, giving you 75 degree field of view. Can be ordered in standard or in mirror image. This camera comes with a jog wheel on the what we call the pigtail cable that comes out of the camera. So you have 12 volt DC barrel jack, and again the familiar BNC connector, but with this camera on the jog wheel, this enables you to change initial install setup features such as white balance, wide dynamic range, so it enables you to change contrast settings, eliminate some of the glare you get off the water when you're looking through the camera image, and because of that it gives you a very, very sharp picture. 700 television lines. The camera can be installed ball down here, or it could be installed ball up, whichever works best for you. The ladies' camera in our range is the Iris 90. Now this is a fantastically well made camera. It has a construction of A316 stainless steel, so it's guaranteed not to rust. And inside here there is a very, very sharp high resolution 700 television line high resolution camera. Amazingly, inside this camera there is a 2.2mm lens, so this camera offers fantastic wide angle images. You're going to get about 140 degree wide angle field of view with this camera. The camera can be angled up and down through this field of view using these two stainless screws to adjust, and on the back of the mounting bracket there's an arch here that when you put two more mounting screws means that you can rotate the camera this way as well. BNC and 12 volt power. And interestingly, we've added another jog wheel like the 75 I just showed you that enables you to change an absolute myriad of features in the camera. It has a digital zoom, which means that although it's a 2.2mm lens as standard, you can adjust that field of view by zooming in digitally using this jog wheel during the installation to give you a much tighter field of view if you don't need that wide angle lens. You can also mirror image the camera using this jog wheel, so you don't need to specify. So one of the only cameras in our range, you don't need to specify standard or mirror when you're ordering the camera, because you can flip the image here. You can flip it horizontally and you can flip it vertically. You can zoom the image, and you can also change a range of features, again, like contrast settings, white balance settings, to adjust the image depending on the environment, whether you've got it inside, outside, whether it's in bright sunlight, whether it's sheltered, etc, etc. It's a very, very versatile camera, and we offer a fantastic warranty period with this camera. So that's the Iris 90, and we're really excited about that product. Last camera I'm going to show you in this little video is our Iris 80. The 80, as you can see, is the largest camera that we have got in our fixed camera range, but it's by no means least a poor camera. It's a very, very, very feature-rich camera. It has an 800 television line resolution, so it's the highest resolution camera in a fixed range that we offer. As you can see, it's got a lens cover over here, but it's a massive array of infrared LED lamps inside that can give you up to 60 feet of total darkness illumination for the camera. Again, all our cameras are true day-night cameras, so when the light level falls below a certain level, the camera image will flip to monochrome, giving you a day-night image, so the monochrome image can pierce through the low light better and still give you as sharp a picture as possible, even in very low light conditions. But this camera has another hidden trick, that it has on the back of it 2 screws. If you put a screwdriver into the screws during installation and adjust, you can zoom the image in dramatically from 2.8mm out to 12mm. So you can go from wide angle through to a telephoto type field of view to give you exactly the depth and field of view that you desire. It can be installed ball down, it can be installed ball up. The camera is actually made from 316 stainless that's powder coated again, so it's a very, very sharp, high resolution camera with a very great low light capabilities with the IRs and the ability to zoom in and zoom out during setup using the varifocal lens. So you've got 12 volt DC power and BNC video jack again. A very, very popular camera with a lot of boats. This is Tony Digweed. That's an initial run through of some of our fixed cameras. I look forward to speaking to you shortly to cover some more of our products in our range of marine camera systems.